Good morning. I am going to present the evidence the tiny house movement. What is it about? This is a solution to the problem of housing acquisition. Well, it is well known that housing today is very expensive. The idea of tiny houses is a bed of roses. This is a social movement that promotes the reduction of the bare space in which we live. The fact that a tiny house is more economical simply hit the nail to the head. The surface is lower than 50 meters square. Due to the high cost of the property to get a house, the tiny house can adapt better and faster to put on the market. The tiny house business is rising up around the world. Remember, because many of us were not born with a silver spoon in one's mouth. Many of us do not have money. We do not to forget, do not bite off more than you can chew. This can be an excellent solution. What are the advantages and disadvantages it has? An advantage is that tiny houses can be accommodated in small places. You can get out the city and go anywhere in the countryside. A disadvantage could be the difficulty to having several electronic devices when trying to turn on all. They could not be used at the same time, because in this type of houses the consumption of energy is essential for maintenance. Another disadvantage would be to not get along with neighbors, because many would get a storm in a teacup thinking that their properties could lose value. Another disadvantage would be that too many people could not get into the house, but this is not an obstacle to cheer up to have a tiny house. One last disadvantage would be the security of the tiny house, because the thieves will turn the tables and they will have many chances to steal and harm the people who live in the tiny house. How does it relate to furniture and appliances? They must be related in such a way that we feel comfortable in such a tiny place. We must find out the comfort of the furniture with the utility of the accessories. In other words, kill two birds with a stone, to be able to live with a good quality of life because you get what you pay for. Does it sound like a movement you would like to be a part, or your lifestyle would make it difficulty for you to embrace it? Particularly, I would not have problem with the tiny house movement, because I am single and sometimes I feel the need to find out a place and go there to spend some time, to change air, to go out without leaving my things helpless. On the contrary, to take them with me, to feel like at home. Although this is not always rainbow and butterflies, because reduced space will always be a problem, because if you have visit, there is no bed for so many people. Also the weather will be a problem, because when it's cold or when it starts raining heavily. I would definitely want to be in a big house. Thank you.